Sunwarrior, transforming the planet one warrior at a time.
Side plank progressions. Here we're starting with a kneeling side plank. So you can see that my legs are bent. I'm putting most of my weight on my knees and on my elbow here, and I'm driving my hips up into the air. Now I'm moving to the side plank progression here with the repetitions. So I'm raising my hips up, pausing for a second, and then bringing my hips down slowly. Here we have no knees, so now my weight is distributed between my feet and my left elbow here. Same deal, raising your hips up. You can either hold it or you can do the repetitions as seen here, again holding for a few seconds at the top of this exercise, slowly lowering your hips and bringing them back up. Now we have the next progression, which is an elevated side plank, so your feet are going to be on a bench, keeping your hips up nice and high, core is activated, again your weight's distributed between your elbow and your feet. Now I'm going to lower my body, my hips down, and drive them back up using my obliques. It's probably one of the best exercises for all-around core strength, stability. Position yourself in a split stance position, about arm's length away from the cable machine. Notice how my foot is in line with my knee. Now for beginners, you can have your foot just a little bit off to the left there, so it'd be about basically about a foot's distance between your knee and out to the left. But as you get more advanced, I want you to be more of an inline stance where your knee and your foot are in line with each other. And as you can see here, I'm having a little bit of difficulty keeping my balance, but that's great. I want your head to follow your hands as they come across your body, going from top to bottom. You see this other stance here in the lift, but see how my hips are relatively quiet, so I don't move a whole lot when I'm chopping, or in this case when I'm lifting. So same deal, about an arm length away from the machine, outside leg is up, I'm in line, meaning my front foot, my left foot is in line with my right knee, and my head and my eyes are following my hands as I bring that cable perpendicular across my thigh. To see here in the next clip is actually just a little bit more advanced movement, and this is for my golfers and my other rotary sports players. So now I'm going to grab a rope as opposed to the D handle, and I'm in the same stance. This is going to be the chop. So I have a hand on either end of the rope. I'm bringing it down into two steps here. So one, I'm doing the chop, and then two, I'm pushing my right hand out. Here I'm doing it all in one motion. So you can see I'm chopping and then I'm pushing with that right hand over. So, and here we're doing the exact same thing with the lift. So we're lifting and then pushing up. Okay. And again, my eyes are following my hands. This is going to strengthen your core and all your rotary muscles. Start with feet shoulder width apart, either a plate, kettlebell, or dumbbell in hand. You want to reach down, bending at the waist, and then dropping your hips down into a squat position and keeping your elbows inside your knees. I want you to press out the plate, kettlebell, or dumbbell, keeping your core nice and tight. You'll feel this a little bit in your shoulders, but you should feel this in your core mostly. I'm going to give you a front view here. So again, feet are shoulder width apart. You're going to reach down, keeping your legs straight, touch your toes, touch the floor, and then bring your hips down as low as you can, keeping all your weight on your heels, and then pressing out the weight. And again, it looks like a shoulder exercise or a chest exercise, but this is more for your core.
here we are. We have barbell anti-rotation. You're going to stick one end of the barbell into the corner of a wall. You're going to stand back, arms extended straight, in line with your shoulder. Okay, you're going to take both hands. You're going to grasp the barbell just above that collar. Your knees are slightly bent. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. Your back is flat, and you're nice and long through the crown of your head. Okay. So from this position here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the barbell down to the right, bring it back up, and then lower it to the left, bring it back up. All while keeping my hips quiet, okay? Meaning stationary or still, okay? Remember, this is anti-rotation. So what I want to do here, keep the core nice and tight. I'm going to drop the barbell down to the right, back up without using my hips, back up. Okay, there you have it. Now, if you want to add weight to this, once you can do 20 reps or so without stopping, left and right equals 1 repetition, you can add a weight. Okay? Now, some gyms have the fancy weights that have the handles in it built in. Perfect, that's going to be even easier. If you want it easier. If not, drop a weight down there. You can grab the outside of the weight. Everything stays the same. Okay? Arms extended, shoulder height, knees are bent. Feet shoulder width apart, back flat, nice and long through the crown of the head. You're going to lower to your right, keeping the hips stationary and quiet. Over to the left. All right, there you have it. Enjoy. All right, here we have a power wheel. We're going to go to a power wheel rollout. Probably my favorite exercise for core training. Okay, you're going to start from the ground up, get your position, your knees on the ground, your feet are crossed, your knuckles are facing the ground, so that means your wrists are straight. I don't want to see any bent wrists. It puts a lot of undue pressure or unnecessary pressure on those wrists. Okay, bring your chest over top of the wheel, which will naturally bring your hips down, and you want to create a 45-degree angle from the top of your head down to your knees. Okay, no hips up in the air. If you're a beginner, you can face a wall and just have your wheel about 2 or 3 inches up from the wall. That way you can start practicing extending the arms and then pulling the arms back in. Okay, nothing else changes. You don't raise your hips, you don't sag them, you don't rock back and forth. Okay, once you get 20 reps without resting, you can take it a step further. You can go back from the wall about a foot, touch that wall and come back in. Okay, I'm nice and long through the crown of my head down to my knees, okay? Nice straight line. Once you get good at that, progress to a full rollout. Nothing changes, okay? Just using those arms. All right, guys.
Start by cleaning or pressing a kettlebell or dumbbell in your right hand, locking your right shoulder down and back and keeping your right wrist locked. Tilt your feet to a 45-degree angle to the left and keep your head focused on the kettlebell. As you bend down, keep your core tight and notice how my right leg is straight. My right hip shoots out to the right. 90% of my weight is on my right leg, whereas 10% is on my left, and if I had to, I could raise that left leg off the ground. And notice how I form a straight line between my right hand, my shoulders, and my left hand. The Turkish Get Up consists of 6 steps. Grab your dumbbell or kettlebell, place it above your head with your shoulder locked down and back. Step 1, you're going to roll onto your left side. Step 2, you're coming up onto your left hand. You're going to a bridge position. Step number 4, you're bringing that leg back. 5, you're setting yourself in a split squat. And 6, you're standing straight up. Notice how I keep my head looking at the kettlebell the whole time. On the way down, I'm just going to reverse the steps slowly and fully controlled. Again, step 1, you're rolling. 2, bringing your body up. 3, into a bridge. 4 is bringing the leg underneath it. 5 is setting yourself into a proper split squat. And 6, standing straight up, keeping your shoulder locked and your wrists strong.